Of hours away from the National Super Sedan title, starting here at the Heartland Raceway in Moama, and I have Sean Black with me. And Sean, first time to the raceway. How did you find practice yesterday?
Yeah, we were pretty shit house, to be quite honest with you, but we had a few little gremlins and we've sorted them out today. So yeah, we didn't really get a good run like I wanted to yesterday to just sort the track out and know where to run. But yeah, watching video you sort of get a quick idea of where we need to run. So yeah.
Technical term for slow?
Slow is slow, yeah.
First heat tonight, you're in that one, had a position number 6. There's no easy heats in a national title, but you got a pretty tough one straight up.
Yeah, I don't know who's in there. I was pretty dejected yesterday and didn't really want to look at any of that stuff, so I guess we'll work it out when we roll out on the track to see who's with us. But yeah,
let me help you out. You got Lucas Roberts, Ash Bergmere, and Wayne Randall either in front of you or beside you.
Mint. That's grouse. Ash is, you know, like after the Vicky title and the new car, he's I don't think I've ever seen him this happy, and it's awesome to see that because Ash has been around as long as what I can remember. So to see him confident, and you know, he tried some stuff yesterday and he said it didn't work, but that's just Ash. He's just always tweaking with stuff, so he'll come back today bigger and better. And
what about yourself? What are your ambitions for the title to obviously get straight into the A-main?
Yeah, qualified probably like we did in Rocky would be pretty good. I was really confident coming down here, and I was probably a bit too confident. I wouldn't say cocky, just confident. But yeah, we've been in like since January, been in Tassie. We haven't been out of the top 3, and you know we've been bad at a couple of shows and still been lucky enough to get in the 3. But yeah, I think like with the run that we did have in Tasmania on those tracks that we had down there, and the competition that was there, like it was the Australian title standard. So I don't really think that we can't say that we're going to be in the top 3, but I would really like to hope that we can be.
Well, you won at Hobart, you won at Gympie, maybe you'll win at Moama.
Yeah, let's hope so, and then I'll get one of them blue hats that you've got on.
With me now is Matty Pascoe, has won 2 national titles and a host of Queensland titles. Matty, how'd you go yesterday in official practice?
We weren't as good as we wanted to be, but yeah, that's what practice is all about, and we're trying some other setups, I suppose you could say. And yeah, we weren't real good, so we were close. Like we're still 12th, and we're still only a couple of tenths slower than everyone else, but the feel in the car wasn't nice, like for me to do 40 laps and keep up with the rest of the guys. So yeah, we done a fair few major changes today, and yeah, so we're in the last heat for the first round, so the track should be fairly slick by then, and hopefully we've got the right setup.
Most of the qualifying or practice yesterday was in slick conditions, particularly after probably the 5th session. So how'd you find it after that?
Yeah, no, that's the sort of thing I like, but yeah, my car just didn't feel as good as what I want, and so we've done a fair few changes, as we said. So we just hope I've gone the right way.
What about the track and the facilities here?
Oh yeah, I love this track. Like even if we're not doing any good, that's what I said to the crew before. I said if we're not even doing any good, I still want to, just run on this track. Like that's how all the tracks should be, like nice and slick and wide. Like that's how they are in America, and it's just great racing over there. So hopefully we get some great racing. In the Victorian title a few weeks ago, they were 3 wide here. So hopefully we're doing that tomorrow night as well.
Best of luck for the weekend. Roberts, he's at his home track and he's starting on pole in the very first heat. How'd you find that when you found that out?
Yeah, it could be challenging. I think we'll be probably sitting on the dunny grid when the 2 heats of the productions go out, so we won't really know what the track's going to be like, but I don't know, we'll throw everything at it and yeah, see how we go.
I want to know, this is your home track, you're out in the back blocks, how did that happen?
No, I don't mind it up here, sort of out of the main area over there. There's too many people and I've got no one beside me here, so try and hide.
Yesterday at practice, how did you go? It got slick after probably the 5th practice session?
Yeah, we normally don't get out in the track at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're kind of used to the dry slick up here because the sprint car's hot lap in the sun. And that was sort of like a wet slick, so we couldn't get no right rear bite, but I think half the people in the pits would probably had the same problem. So we threw the kitchen sink at it at the end, but time was up, was left sitting on the dunny grid, so we didn't get out. But a fair good go driving around the pits.
So how are we going to go tonight? In all seriousness, the first heat, it's going to be the third race on the track, probably about 6:15. The sun would have gone down, and you're on pole. And it's a pretty tough heat too.
Yeah, we started on the front row in the Vic title in the first heat too, and we were pretty decent on that stuff. So yeah, just hold it flat and drive the wheels off it. And track's big enough. If they want to get around you, there's plenty of room. So if someone's going to be quicker than you, you just let them go and get back in and follow their line and try and get them back before the end of the race. So hopefully we don't see anyone. I think we've got Wayne Randall beside us, so we'll see what he does in the start, the old wiry veteran.
You've got Ash Bergmere and also Sean Black in the same race coming through.
Yeah, well, Ash is really good up here in the Vic title, and obviously Sean Black's car is probably pretty much the same, so I'd have to keep it pretty neat and tidy. I'll keep it neat and tidy for about 4 laps and I run out of breath, so I get a bit untidy at the end. But yeah, just go like the blazers and hope for the best.
Now, this will go to air just before the first race, and not many will see it. Not many of the drivers will see it before we go to air. You're going to go down low, or you're going to go up high?
Well, I'm starting on the bottom, so hopefully we hit turn 1 on the bottom and slide up in front of Wayne and just hold her flat and just get on the good stuff and get the Mega Mag Insane Chassis Royal Precision Lubricants car up the front and keep it there.
Got the sponsors in, well done.
Yep, good at it. Thanks,
With
Jake.
us now is Adam Beatty, the Tasmanian champion. First of all, I guess, Adam, this is your first opportunity to race here at Moama.
Oh, we ran a couple of weeks ago the Vic title, so we come across to do the Warrnambool, but it got rained out, which is kind of lucky in a way. But we come here a couple of weeks ago, so we run 4th, which is good. Challenging Ryan for 3rd there, but it was all about laps. And look, this high-tech machine, she got around pretty good and learned a lot. So look, hey, we'll give it a best shot tonight and tomorrow night.
First of all, go back to the Tassie title. It was a pretty tough race there, and you had a pretty good run, obviously, come away with the win. But you, apart from Callum dropping out, you were super quick on that particular night.
Yeah, look, you know, we like Latrobe, you know, Jeff, Mick, Dad, Nico, Jano, the guys have done a great job this year getting the car tuned up pretty good, and we're getting pretty comfortable with it. That night, you know, the track really suited us. We were super quick, just off lap record there. But look, Callum, yeah, it would have been great for him to finish the race. I really doubt my doubts, but he wouldn't have beat us. I really don't think he would have got me there unless the lap traffic come into it. But we were in a class of our own there. But it would have been nice for him to be there, so all his supporters couldn't have ifs and buts, you know.
Now tonight, first heat you're up, but it's a pretty. There's no easy heat in the national title, but this first one is an absolute doozy to start proceedings.
Yeah, look, you know, and we just hope the track goes down so we can race on it. It's been a bit of a mixed bag over the last little bit there, and let's just hope it goes down good so we can have some good racing. And we're out of 7, so we just got to finish and just keep hopefully moving forward. We got some good pace on last night practice. Really happy with the car towards the end, but look, we've got to get to tomorrow night. That's the main deal.
I spoke to Lucas Roberts. He's off a pole. He said he'll get tired after 4 laps. Then he'll be a mobile chicane, and no one will be able to pass him.
I don't know about that. Lucas, he likes his right foot, and I think he'll be right round here. At the Vic title here, he was super quick, and he looked cool, and he's great to watch. But I think he's just bluffing everyone there.
Best of luck for the weekend.
No worries. Cheers.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Moama for the Heartland Raceway and Speedway Sedans Australia, with the National Super Sedan title about to come your way on night number 1. Good crowd starting to come into the venue, and very shortly we'll have the Grand Parade for night number 1. After last night with official practice, I'm really looking forward to tonight. We had some brilliant practice sessions and some very quick racing and times, and even though Callum Harper is the favourite, it wouldn't surprise me if any one of 15 to 20 other drivers took this out this weekend. It was absolutely fantastic last night, and really looking forward to the action coming your way very shortly here on Speedway Sedans Live. Also on the program, we'll have production sedans, and we'll tell you more about that in just a moment. Let's have a look at the nominations for tonight as we get ourselves ready for night number 1. And there you can see the nominations for the program, including the Australian champion in Callum Harper. He heads the lineup, and the lineup includes every state champion as well. So we've got them all included. Queensland's Matt Pascoe, the Queensland champion. We've got the New South Wales champion in Mick Nicola, the West Australian champion Chris Pavlovich, the 47 car from South Australia, Ryan Alexander, he's the South Australian champion. Adam Beachy is in the field as well. He's the Tasmanian champion along with Callum Harper. So that is the lineup. 43 drivers drivers this weekend. We did have 46. We do have 3 scratchings. So we now move on to the race format. The race format is the same for all of our national titles. Each driver tonight will have three drives, and they will all over be 12 laps. And then they'll have one further heat tomorrow night, also over 12 laps. There'll be a C, B and an A main. The C main tomorrow night will have 11 cars maximum, so there'll be a 12-lap race maximum. The B main will be qualifiers 17 to 32, and the top 2 from the C main will go to the back of the B. That race will be 20 laps, and the A main, as always, the top 16 qualifiers go through, and we'll have the first 4 from the B go to the back of the A, and it is a 40-lap main event. The schedule for this weekend is pretty simple. There's production sedans and there are super sedans. Production sedans will be events 1 and 2 after the Grand Parade. They'll have 3 heats each tonight, so there'll be 6 qualifying heats for production sedans. There's 20 drivers in total in that, and their races are 8 laps. And after each heat of the production sedans, there'll be 5 heats of super sedans, all over the 12 laps. So there'll be productions, 5 heats of supers, and it'll be that way through to the end when the production sedans will have 2 mini features. Then we'll do the same again tomorrow night with a reduced format, with the productions just having the 1 heat, but they'll have some other events thrown in along the way. So that is the format, they're the nominations, and that is the schedule going into night number 1. The start zone is between the pit gate and the white line, 30 metres from the finish. The green flag being held aloft for the first time. The National Super Sedan title here at the Heartland Raceway in Moama is all go. And a great start on the outside by Wayne Randall from Queensland. Leads them down into turn number 1 the first time from Ash Bergmere. Third place is the 0 car of Lucas Robertson. Then in 4th place would be Sean Black as they storm down the back straight the first time. Out of Pitts Bend, it's Wayne Randall, the veteran from Queensland, out in front. He's only just in front. Bergmere in 2nd place. 3rd place is Lucas Roberts, back then to Sean Black. Kim Jury from South Australia in 5th place, and back in 6th is Kurt Kronitis. Back then to Wayne Dillon. We've got yellow lights will come on. Jason Picone has spun down here in the main straight, and the yellow lights have come on. And we've just done the 1 lap. Wayne Randall, great start on the outside on the opener, has taken the lead, and Lucas Roberts has gone from 1st to 3rd in the matter of moments. And they were doing 18.3 on the opening lap. They'll go much quicker than that as the track widens up. Wayne Randall to set the pace. Under a full moon down there in Pitts Bend. It looks very spectacular here at Heartland Raceway. All about set for the restart. Heat number 1 is back underway. Randall leads Bergmere down into turn number 1. Back then to Lucas Roberts in 3rd place. And Picone has spun again here in the main straight. He's obviously got steering issues, trying to get the car off the racetrack. It's going to be touch and go. It's not, it's touch only. The yellow lights have come on, and we've got ourselves another stoppage. Restart number 2. Wayne Randall to lead Ash Bergmere. Green lights are back on. Heat 1 of the national title down into turn 1. Back behind Bergmere is the 0 of Lucas Roberts. Then we've got Sean Black. They've already opened a gap on Kim Jury. First move further back is by the Tasmanian champion Adam Beatty. They come out of Pitts Bend, 2 down and 10 to go. It's the Queenslander out in front from the Victorian. Randall leading Bergmere. Back in 3rd place, the 0 car of Lucas Roberts, and then Sean Black. Further back in the field, Kim Jury, and then Adam Beatty. Beatty now moves up to, on momentarily, look like coming into 5th place. But Jury holds that position at the moment. But it's a race in 4 out in front. Wayne Randall, the race leader. 2nd place is that of the 16 of Ash Bergmere. 16.922. We've got a new track record straight off the bat by Sean Black in 4th place. Down the main straight, they're absolutely flying out in front. Our race leader is Wayne Randall from Ash Bergmere. 3rd place is 0 of Lucas Roberts, and then Sean Black. They're almost half a lap ahead of the other 5. Down the back straight, they storm once again, as now Adam Beatty goes into 5th place. But it's a race in 4. It's Wayne Randall just in front from Bergmere, Roberts and Black as they come out of turn number 1 and 2. The rest of the field are now making the main straight. There's 2 races. It's like a cycle race on a velodrome. They come out of Pitts Bend at the halfway mark. 6 down and 6 to go in the opening heat. Wayne Randall out in front. Bergmere in in second place. The margin is 0.4. 0.4 back to Lucas Roberts and 0.4 back to Sean Black. So head down the back straight once again. It is another new track record goes to Adam Beatty with a 16.7. He's in 5th place. He's flying, but he won't catch the lead 4. Down the main straight, our race leader is car number 6, Wayne Randall. Backed into Ash Bergmere, Lucas Roberts in 3rd, and backed into Sean Black. They storm down the back straight once again, and they're back to Beachy in 5th place. 4 laps to go in the opening heat, and they're going to hit lap traffic in the last couple of laps. Our race leader is car number 6. The leaders are getting the passing flag. Not quite sure why they'd be getting it. As they head down the back straight, the race leader is car number 6 of Wayne Randall. He'll come up now under the 56 of Kurt Kronitis. Back in second place, it's Ash Bergmere. Now coming up underneath of Lucas Roberts is the 26 of Sean Black. They're a long, long way ahead of the 5th place car, Adam Beachy, who is the quick car on track and holds the track record with a 16.7. There'll be 2 laps to go in the opening heat. And it's Wayne Randall, the veteran from Queensland, out in front. Sean Black gets underneath of Lucas Roberts, moves into 3rd place. 1.5 laps left to go for Wayne Randall. He'll come up now on Picone in 9th place as they come up into turn 3 and 4 for the second last time. Bergmere in 2nd, back into Sean Black and Lucas Roberts. White flag on display, and Wayne Randall has this one shot to bits now. Moves out of turn number 2 and down the back straight. Wayne Randall, the 2-time Queensland champion in 2012 and 13, moves out of turn number 4. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Wayne Randall wins the opener. 2nd place goes to Ash Bergmere. 3rd will be Sean Black, and then in 4th is Lucas Roberts. 5th place will go to the Tasmanian champion, Adam Beachy. Then back to Wayne Dillon in 6th, Kim Jury, Jason Picone, and Kurt Kronitis. No time for the race due to the stoppages. 2.109 the winning margin, and a new track record to Adam Beachy with a 16.706, and he finished in 5th place. It is Wayne Randall, Ash Bergmere and Sean Black, your top 3 after heat 1. Still a solid yellow. Provac pace car is going to the infield. About to go racing. The national champion on the front row with Wayne Dick, David Mush, Ken Pearce, Mick Nicola Jr., Kyle Fisher, Trent Wilson, Neil Whitnish and Ian Brims off the back. 9 starters, 12 laps. The national champion will be looking for a good start. We've got a good start. And it's Wayne Dick who gets the best start. Wayne Dick has taken the lead. David Mush there in 3rd place as they storm down the back straight the first time. Back there in 4th place as now we've got the national champion getting his mojo. He's going right round the outside. Oh, Callum Harper blows the doors off of Wayne Dick down the main straight and takes the lead. Back to Mush in 3rd place, and in 4th place we've got Mick Nicola Jr. Back in 5th place, Trent Wilson. We've got trouble further back. We've got a pile up. And Ken Pearce went sideways and Neil Whitnish had nowhere to go. If ever a track record would fall, it'd be here with the national champion on the front row. Racing. Maybe not on this lap, but the lap after. He already opens up a gap on Wayne Dick, David Mush in 3rd. Then back in 4th place, it's Mick Nicola Jr., Trent Wilson 5th. Back in 6th place, it's Kyle Fisher, Ian Brims, and last is Neil Whitnish. Not much separating the rest of them, but our race leader does a 17.323, and he's driving right away with it, is the national champion. Back in 2nd place, Wayne Dick. 3rd place, David Mush. Back in 4th place is Mick Nicola Jr. We'll watch the time clock this time around. He's low flying out in front as the national champion. No, it's a 17.326. So he's got a little bit of work to do to pass that time earlier on. Back to Wayne Dick in 2nd place, David Bush 3rd. Nicola Jr. comes up on the outside now. Back then to Trent Wilson in 5th place, Kyle Fisher. Back then to Ian Brims and Neil Whitnish. 17.187 by Callum Harper. He's well clear. 3 seconds clear of the rest of the field, who are separated by just 1.5 seconds. Down the back straight go the rest of them, headed up by Wayne Dick, David Bush, then back to Mick Nicola Jr., who now goes underneath of Mush. Mush fights back on the outside, back on the Behind them is the 44 at Trent Wilson. Right behind him is Kyle Fisher. Then we've got Ian Brims, and then at the tail is Neil Whitnish. But our race leader is long gone. 3.8 seconds the margin the last time around at the halfway mark. Harper 17.284. This time around it's Dick. Back into Mush. Nicola Jr. next. Wilson right behind him. Kyle Fisher's right there along with Ian Brims and Neil Whitnish. Our race leader though comes into the main straight. He's out by 4.5 seconds. This time around to 17.2. Now they're starting to get busy on the outside of David Mush, and driving right round the outside was Mick Nicola Jr. into third place. Back then behind David Mush is Trent Wilson. Then we've got Kyle Fisher, Ian Brims and Neil Whitnish. Our leader comes past us again. Callum Harper well clear. Second place is still Wayne Dick. Mick Nicola Jr. starting to get busy on him. Back in fourth place, David Mush. Fifth place, a 44 car of Trent Wilson, Fisher, Brims and Whitnish. 3 to go for our race leader, who goes around in a 17.5. On the outside of Dick is the 23 of Mick Nicola Jr. And like he did to David Mush, he drives right round the outside here in these long main straights. Back in fourth place is Mush. Back into Wilson, Fisher, Brims and Whitnish. 2 laps to go though for the national champion. He's absolutely hosing them. Down the back straight he goes. Here's the rest of them. Mick Nicola Jr. Then Dick. Then Mush. Wilson, Fisher, Brims and Whitnish. Out comes the white flag though. The national champion has 1 lap to go. Leads by 7 seconds over Mick Nicola Jr. Wayne Dick. Back then to David Mush. Trent Wilson comes underneath the Mush. That's for fourth place. But our race leader moves down the main straight. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, the national champion starts in emphatic form. First across the line is the national champion in Callum Harper. 17.4 his last lap. Second home is going to be that of Mick Nicola Jr., who did all the running right round the outside of everyone. Wayne Dick is third. David Mush, Trent Wilson, Kyle Fisher, Ian Brims and Neil Whitnish in very close succession. No time for the race due to the stoppage. The margin is 6.410 and the quick lap of the race is a 17.187, and that was by Callum Harper early in the race. It is Harper, Nicola Jr. and Wayne Dick, your top 3 after heat 2.
Righto, Callum Harper. I'll just let you get the helmet off, Callum, and get yourself sorted out. You've opened your account brilliantly in the first heat, mate. The track from last night in your practice session, is it a lot better?
I'd say no. The top's probably a little bit too dry. I think it's all going to end up in the gutter tonight, unfortunately. Unless they give the top a little sprinkle, but if they did that, it'd be nice 2-line racing. But it's just a good place. I enjoy driving around here. So.
Well, you've got a Vic title under your belt so far, a national one, a second one on the trot would be very nice. Heat 2, where you out of them, heat 2?
Out of 3, I think, next time. So, yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. We'll just, take it as it comes. It's a national title. Who knows what's going to happen. So, we'll do our best and, see how we go.
No worries at all. Callum Harper, he's opened his account beautifully tonight, so we'll see where it ends up from here. Righto, down to our next grid. Grid 3 on pole. We will have Peter Nicola in the victor.
Here we go with heat number 3. 9 cars to go around yet again. Set for a start, heat 3. No quarter given on the front row. Odd trouble further back. A couple of them collided, but the greens remain on. And Dave Gardner takes the lead. There's trouble right at the back. One of the cars didn't go, and it's inconvenienced Gary Higgs. And Ryan Alexander is a long last. I think it's Andrew White, the 23 car. Look at the battle for the lead, though. 2 and 8 going hammer and tongs. Dave Gardner holds the lead. Back to Peter Nicola in second place, then Darren Anning is third. Fourth place is Brent Coleman. Moving into fifth now is Mark Towers underneath of Aylan. Back then to Gary Higgs and also Ryan Alexander. They've got a lot of work to do at the very back. Alexander into seventh now, and Gary Higgs back to the tail. Down the back straight, our race leader is Dave Gardner, leading the two of Peter Nicola. They won't know about the others further back, who should be a lot further up, but had all sorts of trouble. Darren Anning in third, Coleman, Towers, Alexander, back then to Aylett and Gary Higgs. Down the back straight they go once again. Dave Gardner out in front, the 6-time South Australian champion. He's been the runner-up in this event a couple of times as well. Should have won at Adelaide Motorsport Park about 10 years ago. He led most of the race. He stops and props. Peter Nicola closes, and so too does Darren Anning. Ryan Alexander moves up to 5th place now. Peter Nicola right behind our race leader. It's Gardner, Nicola, and Anning has closed on the pair of them. Back then to Coleman. Ryan Alexander in 5th place. Trouble further back, this will bring on the yellows. Great driving by Gary Higgs to get between the two. It's Mark Towers and Wayne Aylett down there, and Gary Higgs was able to get between the two with minimal contact. And that brings on the cautions in Heat 3. Back underway. Let the battle continue. Down out in front. The 2-car out after the 8. It's Dave Gardner just in front. Darren Anning throwing everything in the lead 2 cars. And Ryan Alexander's about to make things very interesting because he's moved into 4th. Anning tries to come underneath of Peter Nicola. Down the main straight at the halfway mark. 6 down and 6 to go in Heat 3. Also right there is Brent Coleman in the 14 as they storm down the back straight. Dave Gardner out in front. Peter Nicola in 2nd place. Back there in 3rd is Anning. Not anymore, because here comes Ryan Alexander from the back. He's moved up to 3rd place. Back to Coleman in 5th. Back then to the 65 of Wayne Aylett and Mark Towers. What will the 47 car do now? Can he catch the leaders? Dave Gardner out in front. This time there'll be 4 laps to go. Peter Nicola from Victoria right out after him. And the 47 of Ryan Alexander, the South Australian champion. Back then to Darren Anning in 4th place. Back then to Coleman in 5th. Aylett and Towers round out the 7th, still running. Down the back straight, Dave Gardner ran wide coming out of 2. Peter Nicola closes again. They come out of turn 4 with 3 laps to go. It's Dave Gardner wringing the neck out of car number 8 and in front. 2nd place, the 2-car in Peter Nicola. Ryan Alexander and Darren Anning having a great run as well. They run the back straight here in Moama. They'll come up with 2 laps to go in heat number 3. It is just Dave Gardner, just from Peter Nicola and the 47 car of Ryan Alexander. 1.5 laps left to go. White flag to come out next time around. And look at the barnstorming finish we're going to get. Ryan Alexander from the back has moved into 2nd place now. Comes underneath it, Dave Gardner with a lap to go. Peter Nicola fights back. The white flag has been and gone. And Dave Gardner just in front. Ryan Alexander right behind him. Back to Peter Nicola and Darren Anning. Ryan Alexander might hit the front as they go into turn 3 and 4 the last time. He's going to come underneath, but Dave Gardner will prevail. Great race. Gardner first, Alexander, then back to Peter Nicola and Darren Anning. 5th place is Wayne Aylett, Brent Coleman and Mark Towers. Wowee, from the very back of the field, Ryan Alexander nearly stole it. Put your hands together for him, ladies and gentlemen. Dave Gardner takes the win. Alexander and Peter Nicola in a blanket go. 0.6 of a second separated the 3, and the quick lap is a 17.57 by Ryan Alexander.
Righto, Dave Gardner, mate. You didn't have any joy here in the Victorian title, but you certainly opened your count tonight in the Aussie.
Yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, we had a bit of a bad run through the title, but tonight's a new night, new show, so we go again. But yeah, we struggled a little bit there. Just when you're leading, you're not sure where to go sometimes, and I want to run high, but sort of told me I had to stay low. The track's flicking off through the middle, so I just defended my line a bit, probably a bit too much, but it's all about getting the win.
I can tell you now, Dave, if you didn't defend your line, you weren't going to keep it, because Ryan Alexander was right there at the end, and Peter Nicola was having a real red-hot crack at you, and he was never far behind.
Yeah, no, it was a pretty evening sort of track, so I didn't overdrive it. I just held my line. I thought they want to go around the outside, good luck with that. So I just held my line, got the points, and we really need to open the account with a win. It's good.
Righto, good luck to the next one.
98, 2002 and 2003 on the front row with the West Australian champion in Chris Pavlovich. We've had 3 absolute humdingers to start off with. The Honey Soothers are already on the go, and Chris Pavlovich has burnt off Mick Nicola on the green light and takes the race lead. The West Australian champion out in front. They head down the back straight the first time. Back in third place, it looks like Paul Blenkiron and then Gavin Northfield. So move into the main straight. In fact, Northfield's moved to third. Jamie Collins, then Blenkiron is in 5th place as they move out of turn 1 and 2. Mick Nicola is out after our race leader. Chris Pavlovich from Western Australia leads them into 3. He runs very wide coming out of 4, and Mick Nicola comes underneath. There's contact here in the main straight. Back then to Northfield in 3rd. Oh, there's more contact. A big pile-up. We've got one upside down. Daryl Moon has rolled over here in the main straight after contact with the wall, and that has involved 4 cars. Paul Blenkiron, Daryl Moon, Paul Cronitis and Dave McKenzie are the drivers involved. And Daryl Moon is the car that has rolled over here in the main straight. Blenkiron is well and truly on the infield, and the other 2 are Cronitis and McKenzie. For those at home, we have a replay coming up. Daryl Moon's getting out of the car, ladies and gentlemen. How about putting your hands together for him? Title in every state of Australia, bar Western Australia. So he's won in New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, South Australia and Tasmania, never in WA. All about set to go with the restart. Out of the dark patch, back into the main straight. The green lights are back on, and Chris Pavlovich leads them past the cone. Down into turn number 1. 2nd place, Mick Nicola, then Gavin Northfield, then in 4th place, the 34 of Jamie Collins. So stormed down the back straight the first time on the restart. Our race leader is the West Australian champion. W8 out in front, Chris Pavlovich. 2nd place is Mick Nicola, and then Gavin Northfield. Back in 4th place is Jamie Collins from Victoria. Mick Nicola getting serious now, levels up with Chris Pavlovich. They come out at 3 and 4, which is Pitt's bed, and Mick Nicola blows the doors off of him, drives straight underneath and takes the race lead. Pavlovich back to 2nd place, back then to Northfield in 3rd. Jamie Collins then back to Paul Blenkiron and David McKenzie. They come out of Pitt's bend, 4 down and still a long way to go, 8 laps remaining, and out in front is Victoria 3. Mick Nicola, 2nd place Chris Pavlovich, then back to Northfield in 3rd. 4th place the 34 of Jamie Collins, then Blenkiron, and last of the 6 is David McKenzie. Into the main straight they come, 5 down and 7 to go. There was an 18.1 by our race leader. Pavlovich in 2nd place. 3rd place is still that of Gavin Northfield, then back to Jamie Collins. Blenkiron and McKenzie, that's the race order at the halfway mark, 6 down and 6 to go. Depleted field after that multi-car pile-up. With the Victoria 3, Mick Nicola out in front. As they come into the main straight with 5 laps to go. Into turn 1 and 2, the races for 2nd. Pavlovich and Northfield running 2nd and 3rd. Back then to Collins, then back to Blenkiron and McKenzie. 4 laps to go though for Mick Nicola. 2nd place Pavlovich. Northfield right behind him. Back then to Collins. Back in 5th place is McKenzie, who's got past Blenkiron. 3 to go this time around. Into the main straight they come. Our race leader, Mick Nicola, leads by 2 seconds. Back then to Pavlovich, Northfield and Collins. McKenzie and Blenkiron. Up into Pitts Bend they'll go. There'll be 2 laps to go this time around. And the three-time national champion Mick Nicola is doing a great job out in front. 2.028 the winning margin at the moment. Northfield can't catch Pavlovich at the moment. White flag coming out downstairs. They're homeward bound in heat number 4 of the national title. Second place is Chris Pavlovich. Back then in Northfield in third. Collins, McKenzie and Blenkiron. That is probably the way they are going to finish. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, the three-time national champion, racing as good as ever. The veteran from Victoria, Mick Nicola, first across the line. Second is Chris Pavlovich. Third place is Gavin Northfield. Jamie Collins is fourth. A long way back to David McKenzie and Paul Blenkiron. We're happy to finish, I'd suspect, after the multi-car pile-up. The winning margin is 2.666. The quick lap of 17.326 by Mick Nicola. His first time he defeats Chris Pavlovich and Gavin Northfield.
And I just wait for Mick to get his helmet off. And mate, you got a smile from ear to ear on your. You've opened your account very well there. You had a country mile in the end. I think you had 10 car lengths on him. So once you got past, the pressure was off you. But you didn't know that, did you?
No, I didn't know that, and I have to thank Campy for a quick car. The car was just easy to drive, and it was awesome out there, and the track is awesome. It's one of the best I've been on for a long time.
You missed the start there. He got you on the start and made you work for the first few laps.
Yeah, there's a wet patch coming out of turn 4, and I knew it was there, and I just couldn't get up high enough off it. So, yeah, the high line was a better line off the start, but the track's starting to wear in a bit now.
So you'll be pretty happy for the second one. Where are you starting in your next one?
I think I'm out of third in the next one, so that'd be good too.
Right up the pointy end. Good luck on the next one. Mick Nicola with the win.
All about set to go with heat number 5. Set for a start. Away we go. Good start by Steve Latham. Matt Pascoe is right there with him though. Challengers coming further back in the field. Darren Kane moves up to 5th. Dale Christensen in 4th place. And Lee Williams is there in 3rd. Out of 4 they come into the main straight. 1 down and 11 to go. And it's Steve Latham from Tasmania out in front from Matty Pascoe. Lee Williams in 3rd place, back in 4th place Christensen. Darren Kane in 5th, moves under Christensen now, moves into 4th place. Further back to Adam Box, Shane Lau and Mark O'Brien. Out of the dark spot in turn 4 and back down the main straight. It's Steve Latham just in front, being hounded from pillar to post by the Queensland champion Matty Pascoe. The 4-time Queensland champion Matt Pascoe up behind Steve Latham, so they come into the main straight here. Back in 3rd place is Lee Williams, and 4th place at 36 of Darren Kane. 5th place is that of Christensen, Box, Lau and O'Brien. Out of Pittsburgh they come, Steve Latham having to drive a mean line because the Queensland champion Matt Pascoe, a 2-time national champion, right behind him. Darren Kane hasn't got past Lee Williams in 3rd place. And then a gap back then to Dale Christensen. 6th place Adam Box, then Mark O'Brien and Shane Lau. It's a race in 2 though in heat number 5 of the national title with 7 to go. Matt Pascoe does the quick lap of the race at 17.4. Still can't get past Steve Latham though. Latham, the 2010 Tasmanian champion, comes up to the halfway mark. 6 down and 6 to go. Great old battle for the lead. Pascoe does a new quick lap of the race at 17.39. Again, Darren Kane tried to get underneath the Lee Williams, couldn't do so. Pascoe tries to get underneath the Steve Latham. He couldn't do so. Into the main straight, Latham just in front. 7 down and 5 to go. The length of the straight back then to Lee Williams and Darren Kane. Down the back straight once again. It's certainly a race in 2. But the race will come to caution. Mark O'Brien's facing the traffic here in the main straight. and that will close them up. And we've got another stoppage, our first in this particular race. Restart coming up, 5 to go. Back underway. Steve Latham just in front from Matt Pascoe. Back in third place, the 4 car, Lee Williams, and Darren Kane in fourth. Ahead down the back straight. Here's the first move. Kane trying to get underneath the Lee Williams. That didn't work. They come out of pits bend with 4 to go. Steve Latham just holding off Matty Pascoe. Back in third place, it's Lee Williams and then Darren Kane. They stop and prop out in front. They've cleared away yet again from third and fourth. Back to Dale Christensen and Mark O'Brien, Shane Lau and Adam Box. Into the main straight they come. 3 to go in heat 5. Pascoe hounding the back end of the big wing car number 8 of Steve Latham. Latham leads down the back. There'll be 2 to go this time around. And the 2010 Tasmanian champion holding off the 4 times Queensland and 2-time national champion. White flag to come out next time around. Latham, Pascoe, we've got a car in the fence, it's Shane Lau. Yellow lights will come on again. And we've got ourselves a stoppage. Lead them for Matty Pascoe, Lee Williams, 2 to run. Back around the cone they come, green flag on display. Down into turn number 1, Latham leads Pascoe. Williams then back in 4th place. It is the 36 car of Darren Kane. They storm up into pits bend. White flag to come out. 1 lap to go. Can Steve Latham hang on? Matt Pascoe all over the back end. Down into turn 1. Trouble here for Mark O'Brien. Will he get the car off the track? No, he won't. The yellows are on again. He's got a flat left rear on the 99. They come around the cone. 2 laps to go yet again. Latham, Pascoe, Williams and Kane, Christensen and Adam Box. Out of 1 and 2 they go into the back straight. Indian file. Darren Kane, as he has done numerous times, tries to get underneath the Lee Williams, couldn't do so. White flag comes out for the 3rd time in this race, and Steve Latham still just holds the lead. Back in 2nd place, it's Matty Pascoe. Here's a chance. There's something broken on the front of Steve Latham's car, so head down the back straight. Darren Kane's going to go the way outside run as well. Into the main straight, Latham just in front, just wins. Back then to Pascoe, Williams and Kane in a blanket finish. Christensen 5th and Adam Box spun on the last lap. No time for the race due to the stoppage. .188 was the winning margin. .813 separated the first 4. Matt Pascoe did the quick lap of 17.390, but it's Latham, Pascoe and Williams, your top 3.
And we'll just see if we can grab a word with Steve Latham while he's about to get towed off. If you've got 2 secs, Steve. You very lucky man to win that one with the front wheel hanging off. I think it broke as you were coming out of turn 2, and you've taken it around the rest of the track. You're a bit of a handful though.
Yeah, no, she started off not too bad, but you know, it became a bit of a handful as the race went on, and yeah, that's right.
Right, good luck for your next one then.
We'll be right back.